You all put everything back.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a very special presentation tonight of Play4Keeps. Now, it's Monday night. It's 8 o'clock. It's Festivus, but you know what time it is. That's right. It is time to start your holiday season off right here on Nerd Initiative. Mickey, ho, 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 let's go. And welcome back, everybody, to Nerd Initiative. My name is Off the Cuff Tom. You know me here on Nerd Initiative as the pop culture connoisseur, coming at you live and direct, straight from the Sanctum of Awesome. It is a very, very special episode we are going to air tonight for you. This is something a little bit different. We've done a little extra things on our end, so God forbid we might have a technical difficulty or two. Shut up and deal with it. Because you know what? We do it live.
This is a party.
Okay? Seriously. If anybody has a problem with it, the airing of grievances will commence at some point. Because it's Festivus.
That's right.
But as always with me, he is the jelly to my peanut butter. He is the chocolate to my peanut butter. He is the root beer to my peanut butter. Trust me, try it. All right. He is the crunchy to my peanut butter. I'm out of peanut butter jokes.
Yeah.
Anyway, but he sticks to it because he's a wonderful person, and I cannot tell you how grateful I am that this past year, with everything that we've done here on Nerd Initiative, we've finally dynamically duoed this. And ladies and gentlemen, it is the incomparable Mr. Cell Phone Wallet Keys, Mickey Smith. Hi, Mickey.
Hi, Tom. Thanks for all those nice things, man. This has been a pleasure. We're gonna do great things going forward, but it's good to look back and just see how much progress we've made over such a short time. So this is great. Happy holidays, everyone watching. I hope you're getting to the end of the stressful situations. Get your shopping done. If you're still working, I hope that's almost over. I know you kids are probably out of school, so yeah. It's time to be festival. Wait a minute. Sorry. Hold on.
No, Festivus? No.
It's time to be cheerful, and it's time to talk toys.
Joy about toys. You know? Only problem is we're not going to have any toys with Al in it, so it's going to be no Al this week, okay?
Fair.
Now, speaking of toys, what did we pick up this week? Mickey, you go ahead. You go first this time, because I know that this is going to be a little bit of cross promotion, because just recently, today, as a matter of fact, we posted this up on the Nerd Initiative YouTube channel.
Ho, ho, ho. It's the Barbarian Santa from Big Bad Toy Stores. Fresh Monkey Fiction. This is an exclusive to them, but this thing is rad, man. They have plenty of different kinds of Santas: zombie Santa, mall Santa, joyful Santa, Krampus. But man, when I saw this, I was like, that's my vibe. That's the one I gotta have. That's the one I'm gonna get, and I'm very happy with it. You know, very cool accessories. Feels like good quality.
We did talk about these figures earlier on a previous show.
We did, yes.
If I remember correctly. So make sure you go back on the Nerd Initiative YouTube, check out our playlist, you know, not just ours, but turn a page and everything. I'm going to keep messing with my hat all night, just coming up with different ways on how to wear it. And then to the point where I start sweating in here and my jingle bells are not very comfortable, it's going to be coming off.
Yeah.
Plain
That's fair.
So just before we started this evening, I got, I wouldn't necessarily call it a grail figure, but I'm grateful that I got it only because it is a very hard figure to find. It is in the last wave of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection from Hasbro, and it is the Red Turbo Ranger. So yeah, I know that everybody in the Nerd Initiative Bullpen does know that I am currently downsizing because we're just prepping up for stuff, and all my Ranger figures, every single one of them, I mean, okay, not the expensive figure arts, all the Hasbro figures are tucked away. I don't know if you can hear this, in a storage tote. Mickey's seen half of it's already full of figures.
Yeah.
It has turned into a really nice little spot for me to use as an armrest and a catch-all. But this will go right in there as is. He's not even coming out. If you don't know, this figure specifically does come with TJ.
Okay, I was going to ask.
Ward. It is not a Tommy figure, but considering how many Tommy figures they did do, if you took your White Ranger Tommy, the long hair, you could do him as the beginning part of the show.
I would rather have the TJ one anyway.
Yeah, I love Selwyn. Selwyn is such a great guy. He and I have chatted before. We've interviewed. Again, I'm not trying to flaunt. The other pickup I got this week, obviously, I am kit bashing together Rebels Maul. So I have the Emperor Palpatine with the gaming greats. It's close. Maybe I should have got Old Master, but for the price I got this, it was easier for me to just go to Ollie's and get that.
It's coming along nicely.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. You know, hopefully all of our friends out there will share in the comments or, you know, chat or super chat. Let us know what you picked up this week because that's what we do.
Yeah.
So, do you still have any shopping going?
No, I think I wrapped it up yesterday.
Pun intended.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I think we're good. You always feel like something's missing. At least I do. Like, did I get enough? Especially because I have kids. I'm like, did I get enough? But man, they've got so much crap. Like, they'll be happy. I know we got them good. They'll be happy.
And if your kids happen to have too much stuff, don't forget last week's episode, places you can donate those used toys as well.
That's right.
Shameless plug. We should really just have a graphic ready for that.
Shameless plug.
But aside from that, we're going to get started. We've got some great videos sent in by the Nerd Initiative Bullpen and the team, and we might even got one from the boss.
Oh.
Yeah, from the boss. Not Santa.
Oh. Okay.
Not Red One, but we got it from the GFO.
Oh, okay. That's cool too.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, please be very kind to us this week. We are trying out some new formats and some new things here on our platform. So technologically, I'm just here for the mouth. He's here, the tech guy, so blame him.
That's right.
This was my idea, so... All right, here we go. I'm going to throw that bad boy right on up in there. Where is it?
You can do it.
I can.
I believe.
There we go. So we are starting off. You'll have to excuse the bottom part here where it says it's still me. I don't know. Can I change that? Let me see if I can change it. I can.
You probably can. Yeah, I would think so. You're gonna type it out for each person.
No, I think it'll keep the name.
Bullpen.
There we go. Ta-da!
That's perfect.
All right, so we are going to start off with Lauren, our wonderful co-collaborator. What are some other words? Because we're going to say coworker, but it's like no, coworker is a little. I'm like
TV reviewer. She does a lot of stuff for Nerd Initiative. Yeah. Super appreciative. Like
now, the one thing is, Lauren already has everything she wanted for Christmas.
Oh.
But if you guys don't follow them over on Hops Geek News, let me tell you something. Lauren does some of the best research possible.
Agreed.
Okay. She does these amazing deep dives and then throws it out in like the best little chocolate bonbon of nerdiness. Okay. I'm going to get her that for the next time she does Eats Around the World at Epcot and starting in Canada too. That's another running joke.
Oh, okay.
So, Lauren, take it away. Why do we use stockings?
Hi, Lauren here from Hops Geek News and Nerd Initiative to tell you a little bit about the origin story of the stockings. Now, we all heard that the stockings were hung by the chimney with care in the poem The Night Before Christmas that's all the way back from the early 1800s. So how did these stockings come about? Obviously, it's very old. Well, according to Smithsonian Magazine, nobody actually knows how this came about. There is, however, a theory that the origin was because this one guy who had these 3 daughters, he was very poor, he couldn't provide a dowry, and his poor daughters were never going to get married and they were never going to have a life. Well, enter St. Nicholas. Out of the kindness of his heart, he just couldn't let this happen, so he dropped some gold balls down the stocking into this guy's house, and they landed in his daughter's stockings that were drying by the fireplace. Aww. And that's how it apparently started. And then their lives were saved, they were able to get married, and everybody was happy. So there's the origin story, or the alleged origin story of the stocking. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, cheers.
Yes, I gotta say, Lauren, thank you so much. She is our gal on the scene, our gal Friday. Obviously, she was traveling somewhere, and hopefully wherever she went with her wonderful family and my future bromance, her husband. Watch me.
Okay.
I'm telling you that they all have a wonderful and happy and healthy holiday themselves. So thank you, Lauren, for that. So talking about old school ideas and whatnot, I grew up, I was a child of the 80s, and my dad was much older than I was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My dad had me he was 40 when I was born.
Oh,
so
wow.
we had a lot of interesting, things that have been passed down. What's one of those things in your childhood home that you specifically remember that you don't necessarily might not do anymore, but it screams, not fun fact, I would have been fine with it. Where's the gag reel?
Yeah.
And our of course, Kat, gotta love Kat. She is hanging her stockings on the staircase as we speak.
Nice.
With care, please. With
Please.
care.
The utmost.
Yeah. So what are one of those things that you remember as a mini Mickey that you don't do now as a grown Mickey?
This is probably, I don't know if this is culturally or socially relevant, but mistletoe, right? Like, I feel like that has phased out for many reasons. But that was one thing that when I was a kid, we always had mistletoe hanging like over in one of our doorways,
Mm-hmm.
And as I got older, that just slowly disappeared. And now I don't think I see it anywhere really. We don't practice it here at home or anything like that. But yeah, mistletoe was one of those things. Stockings were always a big thing in my family, like, because grandparents that was your gift. They would just like stuff a stocking like full of candy and little toys, Hot Wheels.
He said the thing.
I said the thing. And so stockings have always been there, and they still are. They still do that. But yeah, I mean, everything else pretty traditionally, like Christmas tree, Christmas lights. We do that here, and I can't think of anything other than the mistletoe that's different now, really.
I know we used to have we have a plastic mistletoe that
Yes, it was plastic
for years
back then. Yeah.
At my house growing up, and mind you, I've lived around and moved in many houses. So it was we used to have those, and I believe they're Bavarian because I'm not going to say German because I don't want to piss off Germany, but sorry, Bavaria. The Bavarian style windmills where you put candles underneath them and the heat would make them rise up, and they're little carousels.
I've seen
so
that.
We had them in my house. That was one thing. My dad always preferred garland as now silver garland. That's
yes, like tinsel almost. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Only in the big long things. So that was another one of his that we had to have. And my grandmother's handmade Christmas ornaments, which have now been finally gifted down to me.
That's cool.
Are staples. We did have one of those really old school ceramic trees, that had the little peg ball lights in there, which you can't recreate in LED because the lights are way too freaking bright. And then the best one is, you finally get little Timmy, the cousin that you hate, to come over who jams and pulls one out. And then, that one. See what she said. And then little Timmy would come over and pull the one out and then swallow it. and then nobody would know. And then next Christmas, you put the darn tree out, and it's got this blaring beam of light out of one. So, like, those were the big things for me. I have a hilarious story about a Christmas tree. But
Okay.
you know who's got something else to say?
Who's that?
We're going to follow it up and talk with our buddy Matt, also from Hops Geek News.
Okay.
Hey everybody, Matt from Hops Geek News here, and one of the Nerd Initiative editors for films. While there was never anything I didn't really get growing up that I wish was in my stocking, there is something as an adult I would love to appear in my stocking Christmas morning. I grew up in the 90s, man. Power Rangers was my go-to.
In on your territory.
So honestly, if I could wake up and have these Power Ranger toys where you flip their heads and they had their Power Rangers helmets on,
Those things are badass.
I would be just in heaven. That is one thing that I would love to have in my stocking. Again, is a nice Power Rangers toy with heads flip, man. It doesn't get better than that. Very nostalgic, and can't go beat Power Rangers. So go Power Rangers. Merry Christmas, and I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful holiday.
Obviously, up next, we're going to have the boss. Well, one of the bosses. Again, we're trying here.
Yeah.
So, Power Rangers. Like, did you ever have
your territory there?
Look, man, if he wants to steal my Kool-Aid, you know what? That's on him, because you cannot be the guru of the grid.
Power Rangers is for everybody.
Oh no, yeah. Once a Ranger, always a Ranger. Like, look, I'm a gatekeeper. I said this on a podcast the other day. I'm a gatekeeper. I keep it open.
There you go. I like that.
Get that on a T-shirt. Can we get? Hey, Michael, can we get that on a shirt?
We're gonna sell 1 million of them. Let's go.
But yeah, like, if I never got a Power Ranger figure until I was an adult.
Oh wow.
Yep, I can even show you. I have my first Morpher right behind me. It's up on my shelf, up over my comic book boxes. And I only got that like 2 years ago. I was out of the target demographic. But if Matt happens to chime in, I got a guy. And I can get you the modern flip heads that they did a few years ago. Or I can even get you a classic one if need be.
I had a couple of those. And I had quite a few Power Rangers toys that, man, I don't know where they are now. It kind of sucks. I had those. I had like the like metallic ones that came out around that same time. And I
can tell, dude, I can tell you exactly what episode and everything that they're based on. So Oh, you had Power Ranger figures? Next.
Yeah.
What's interesting is those flip head figures, they were spring loaded and spring action. The only figure that I can remember, because, being that child of the 80s, I actually had Buzzsaw from Silverhawks.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of Monstar's Legion, who did the same exact thing, but instead of, and it's really close how the mechanism, now that I'm really thinking back about it, when you pushed his legs together, his head would go, like, take Chomper, Beaker, and a Power Ranger flip head, put it in like lime green with a metallic mohawk, and that's Buzzsaw.
I think, oh man, I didn't even think about it. I have like a Michelangelo that you do that. He's a samurai, and like he flips, and the armor flips out.
Yep.
Really cool. Yeah.
Turtles that did that too. And I think I might have had one or two of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's like a real throwback. Like, is there any other like very specific niche toys that you can think of in the chat? Like, it screams that particular year aside from the Sears wish book.
I got a few.
Hi, folks. We're old. A real niche toy.
Like niche time era?
Yeah, like this screams I was here.
Oh man, how about some trolls?
I was gonna say Teddy Ruxpin. I know we talked about him before.
Yeah. I feel like Street Sharks would fit in there too pretty good.
Yeah.
They were 100% 90s.
Yeah, and they're like the heavily nostalgic toys that you go, oh, I do remember. I had one of those.
Yeah.
Like I could throw out some really odd brands that would probably make you go, who? So I think we should add that to the list of flash in the pan toys.
There's probably a few. I just can't think of them right now.
Oh, I could, you know me, I could spout off, but let's not spout off. Let's talk about, of course, the editor and chief of Nerd Initiative, Ken M, and let's see what he wants for Christmas.
So this is Ken M, ODPH podcast, Nerd Initiative editor-in-chief, and I got asked by the guys that Play4Keeps, like, what do I want for Christmas as far as action figures and toys go? I mean, it's not really my wheelhouse, but, you know, being a big wrestling fan, I've always dug The Undertaker, and I thought it'd be really cool to kind of get an action figure of him in some way, shape, or form. I mean, talk about a legendary character, one that's been involved. Okay, this is kind of weird. It's random. I mean, I have not usually been handed gifts magically, but I guess the big man is coming down early from the North Pole. So this is kind of a cool Undertaker toy, Ultimate Edition, which definitely, if you know your history with him, very interesting time in the Undertaker's history going as well. But, you know, obviously you know me from the comic world. Spider-Man's my favorite one, and one that I've always really enjoyed a lot has been the Todd McFarlane version, and especially one of my most underrated stories that I personally think is the assassination story. And seeing that really come into play, I mean, Captain America was involved in it, Silver Sable was involved, Paladin, yeah, we're throwing it back there. A really kind of crazy time of year. Holy smokes, I think this is another one. Ironically,
you've been a good boy, Ben.
Well, you know what? I can't go wrong with this. Yeah, this is the original Captain America version from the story, which, I mean, if you don't know that one, Assassination Plot, I should say. It was a great story. Todd McFarlane, I believe, it was one of his last stories before he went to Image. And this was when they were doing bi-weekly stories at Marvel. And like I said, really cool story. I think it's really slept on. But I always love his Captain America, too, and seeing anytime he's teaming up with Spidey. So, I mean, for anything else, I mean, I'll have to really think. I mean, the X-Men line is coming out, so that's always going to be something fun to see.
My bag's empty.
Well, I guess I'll have to wait till next year. But if you want to find out more what's going on that, make sure you hit that subscribe button for Nerd Initiative YouTube. And always remember, if you're going to play for keeps.
Yeah.
Now, did anybody see a creeper in that video?
A creeper? I
Yeah.
couldn't see him. He was under the table.
Hold on, we're going to back this up just a little bit.
Good boy, Ken.
Well, you know what? I can't go wrong with this. Yeah, this is the original Captain America version from the story, which, I mean, if you don't know that one, Assassination Plot, I should say. It was a great story. Todd McFarlane, I believe, it was one of his last.
What can I say? I'm Santa's helper. And it's the best. It's the best eyes. Just watch.
Stories before he went to Image, and this was when they were doing bi-weekly stories. That
was good.
I have to really think. I mean, the X-Men line is coming out, so that's always going to be something fun to see.
My bag's empty.
Well, I guess I'll have to wait till next year. But if you want to find out more what's going on that, make sure you hit that subscribe button for Nerd Initiative YouTube. And always remember, if you're going to play for keeps.
Hi, guys.
And obviously up next, we're going to have Megan. Like I said, folks, we're trying a whole new format. Bear with us. Thank you very much. We love you. Okay. But yeah, big shout out to Ken. Let's talk about Ken for a second.
Okay.
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 Because if he wants to throw shade up in the chat, we're going to throw him his flowers.
Oh, okay.
Okay. If you guys don't know, I gave Ken last year a very, very specific gift. Ken has been busting his ass between Nerd Initiative and his own stuff for, I mean, it's pushing a decade now.
Yeah.
Okay. And I still say to this day, you know, they say Kiss is the hardest working band in rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
Ken is the hardest working man in comics. You might not know it, but he is.
Oh, I know.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Your
initiative.
Uh,
But it's the
Steven.
truth.
Yeah, I see it every day. Yeah.
Big, huge shout out to Ken. He is always constantly working for us, with us. You know, if we didn't have a Ken, we probably would be still a bunch of ragtag content creators. So again, make sure, I want to see a bunch of flowers, or let's get some claps or whatever in the chat for Ken.
Celebrations.
As much as he doesn't celebrate Festivus, that's his problem.
Oh, that's okay.
By the way,
Festivus can be his grievance.
right? So how about we take a quick second, and because we talked about Festivus, let us air our grievances for the year in regards to toys.
Okay, dokie.
All right. Now, for those of you who don't know, Festivus is the wonderful holiday invented by Seinfeld. Season 9, Episode 10. Go and watch it. That is all I have to say about that. And now, the airing of grievances. The views of these two nitwits do not reflect Nerd Initiative. So we're going to just gripe about some of the questionable choices that we've seen this year in toys. We're not going to do photos or anything.
Yeah.
Like, we're just here to have a good time. See, look at this. Look. I have a grievance right there. Does it show? Because yeah. And right as we speak, he's still doing reviews that you can check out on Christmas Day.
On
Spoiler
Christmas
warning.
Day.
On Christmas Day, like the bullpen, some of us are taking off, and that's cool. We want you guys to spend
Not
time
me.
with your families. Right? I'm doing a review. Mickey's doing a review. Ken, God knows he's probably got 14 ready.
A lot more than everyone else.
Hops Geeks over here, here's their grievance. Why do so many pops not stand up on their own?
Yes.
Very well.
Hold on.
Well, I can tell you. Yeah, let's do this.
Will not stand up. Will not. And
It's
they don't
hot.
have
They're high.
places,
What do you expect?
I don't have any places where I can put the pegs, man. The stands
They're
don't
pegless?
matter. Yeah. I'm gonna have to drill a little hole.
Oh, well, I'll tell you right now. I picked these bad boys up at Walmart. I love getting these peg pop things. These work on most standard figures too. Your Hasbro figures. Like if you ever get a room tour with me, I have hundreds of these, and I buy them when they're on clearance because they have to reset. So that is my thing. My other grievance: women's ankles. Action figure ankles. Okay. They're dainty.
The legs in general.
The legs in general. So having to get these, it's a good idea. Yeah, Ken's doing 10.
I have
10
one.
reviews.
I have a grievance with one Hasbro. I know it kind of started last year, but I didn't get to talk about it. And it's going into this year too. Why are your Star Wars vintage collection figures so expensive now? Like they used to be $10 to $12 a pop. Now they're like 15 to 20. They're almost as much as the Black Series figures, some of them. And I can't, for the life of me, figure out why. And it makes me so mad because those are the ones that I was collecting. I did get some Black Series too, but I really like the vintage collection because I like the art, the box art that card art. And
The old
really
Kenner style card art. Yeah.
They're really good to display and all that, but I had to stop. I was like, I can't buy anymore. They're just too daggone expensive for some reason.
I will have to agree. I've always complained about the escalation of how the figures have gone up before the dark times, as I like to call it. If you know, you know. And how Hasbro never came back down. So now we found that $25 for those figures is still the norm. Now, has the technology, even in the past 7 years, gotten better?
Yeah.
Does that still warrant the nearly same amount of plastic?
No.
And as much, see, now I'll play devil's advocate on this, because you know how I do. I do have some industry contacts who shall stay nameless, who have worked hand in hand with TOR1. And they're on the back end tooling and all that and acquiring materials. I can see where it has gone up and where it has stayed. So that's one. Okay, Cat's
So-
got one.
To go off of what Kat's saying, right? Why is it that every time a toy re-release happens, it sells out so quick? That's because adults
Scalpers.
buy toys now. Yeah, and I know there were adult toy collectors when I was a kid, but they were few and far in between. And like now, it's the hot thing. It's kind of the trend. Not to mention when COVID happened, that changed something. Like people were going back to their childhood, revisiting that stuff, and
Wait, you can go back?
right here you can, and right here.
Oh, I never left.
But yeah, that scalpers for sure. It does bother me. That is a grievance that I was going to also have as like, let's make toys for kids again. I know we want to make something for every TV show and Star Wars property and Marvel property, and that's kind of what's hot entertainment wise, movie wise, and they want to reproduce those in figure form to sell more merchandise. Yeah, man, I miss toys for kids because now when I go and looking on the toy aisle, it's like Gujitsu and like there's a lot of things.
Let us not knock the. Okay, so hold on.
I'm not
Wait a minute.
knocking them.
Yeah,
I'm not knocking them.
I gotta put a Festivus poll in this for a second.
Okay.
Okay. When we're talking about Gujitsu, are we talking about the IP stuff, or are we talking about the original line of Gujitsu figures from Moose Factory?
Kind of both, but especially the
Okay.
IP stuff. My son has some. He likes them. He plays with them. But it was just like, I don't know. I can't explain it. There's just something different about the toy aisle now when you go down it. It's just like, it's geared towards us, really. It's not really geared towards kids anymore.
I will say, I think that the fact that we don't have any more toy stores, dedicated toy stores,
Yeah.
and that, big box capitalism, has taken over, that has taken the joy out of toys. I'll be honest.
And
The big reason I was up about Gujitsu is that good buddy of mine has been the voice of Thrash and several other figures since this show started on YouTube.
Yeah.
He also does all the promotion stuff with the exception of the IPs. So I'm pissed off that the IPs just don't let it have one singular voice do the promotions because I want my man to make some money.
I mean, that's another thing. Like licensing takes over everything. Like you got a good idea, then all of a sudden you got to have every franchise you can think of capitalizing on it, right? It's kind of like Lego. Like just original Legos are so cool. Lego City,
Magic
Lego
the Gathering.
Magic the Gathering. Legos were cool, and I mean, Star Wars Legos are cool too. Marvel Legos are cool too. But man, those things just took over, and like normal Legos weren't cool anymore. And I'm like, dude, normal Legos are still cool.
Yeah, we have in a display in another room in my house. We've been working on it, and we kit bash it together. Not that we actually take pieces from this figure and that figure. If we like it, that it makes the flow. We have a whole like campground that we've been putting together for years.
Nice.
It's like, oh well, hey, here's like the hot dog truck that happened to show up that day with the tree house and a log cabin on the lake. And Lego since then has made other log cabins and whatnot, but because they're trying to really get into these formed, definitive forms, it takes away from the basicness of the older sets that we have. So we've been extremely picky and choosy. We even have a condo on the other side of the lake just because there's some rich bitch.
But to circle back one more time to what Kat is saying, that also has a lot to do with the internet now. Like people can just pre-order everything as soon as it hits scalpers. Like that's why they have to limit everything to 2 because dudes will just buy them all. So the internet really changed things because people don't have to go into stores to buy it. Now they just buy it online. Especially if like you don't look. Some guys are probably still embarrassed. I'm not to go down the toy aisle, but yeah, they can just do that now and they can buy them all. They don't have to worry about anything.
Ooh, is it like Pokemon?
Catch them all, buy them all.
This is the truth. So as far as any other real grievances in, toys this past year, is there really anything else that we've got going on by chance? I mean, robot legs, lady legs. Again, not that I'm against legs in general. But
do we not have the technology to kind of get rid of like pins and figures too? Or at least for the most part.
Hey, Hasbro's been doing good with that, but
Yeah,
I
they
do
have.
miss pins. I do miss some pins. I do miss having double jointed elbows for more dynamic poses because you go pinless and then you only get one sometimes.
Yeah.
Ranger figures especially. But the biggest airing of grievances this year has to be this.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry. You gave me Transformers with boopable freaking noses. Look, I can go on and on and on about this monstrosity. Okay? I appreciate it. And again, going back to IP and crossovers, I love the crossover line. Again, you look at my background. I've got the figures, which I'm not allowed to open until I finally get a, shelf space. Like, dude, I just put my Rangers away. I got shelf space. Just sitting there. Just saying. Love you. But if you really want to see the full Tomtrum, make sure to go back and our History of Sonic that we just did last week. And you'll see me go off on that. So I think that's about it for the airing. Do we want to check the chat?
Yes. Boop knows life.
Boop knows life. Can you keep that stuff up? I'm going to get you a shirt that says that.
Uh-oh. Cat is with you 100% on the Sonic Transformers.
Thank you. Boopable nose. Boopable nose Transformers. Now, I know that. What if MMPR had them? And they lit up when you hit them. I don't know if Power Rangers. Now, this is going back to older franchises that I never bought the figures for up until just a few years ago. I do believe at some point they did have lit chest pieces.
Yeah, I think
like
so.
You could see power coins or something with that. But shut up. That's my answer. Now I know, or the green one played the flute and they lit up. Okay, I can grab my dragon dagger and turn that darn thing on right now. Okay, I'll boop your nose with the dragon dagger. He's getting coal in his stocking this year. Okay, so we've got our friend Megan. I know is still hanging out there in the chat somewhere. So let us hear what she wants this holiday season.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, I haven't watched this one yet, so let's go.
Guys, it's Megan for Nerd Initiative's Holiday Stocking Stuffer Special, which I bet you cannot say 5 times fast, because I can't. I would say what I really want is a Wiccan Funko. They were released right a few episodes after Agatha All...
Airing of grievance! Funko ruined that show by that damn leak. That's another thing. Leaks.
Yeah.
Toy leaks. Lego screws up movies. Funko screws up TV shows. Go, Megan.
All Along appeared, and it looks so cute. And I want that so bad. I will also take the Death one, who's Rio, or Agatha herself. They're all just beautiful. I love Funkos, and that is on my Christmas list.
Peeps, Juan Reese.
Oh, hey, it's our boy Juan. He's going to be up next, but we're going to talk about... Did you turn yourself off, or did I turn myself off?
I did not turn myself off.
Oh, again, folks, this is our first time doing this in this style. Bear with us. Okay. There you go.
So, yeah.
Get that Christmas vibe.
Agatha Pops. Nothing wrong with
Agatha Pops. Well, speaking of Agatha, did you know that today we did our episode 2 review of Marvel's What If, which features Agatha, which Megan herself did. Should we do some more shameless promotion as well?
Yeah. What do we got?
Okay. But here's another great thing. I was on Megan's podcast, the Vigilante Vibes podcast, that airs today with Tom Craven talking about Craven.
Oh, that's gonna be good. I gotta go watch that.
It devolved in just like to a chill session, and then we would talk about it, tangent, shit on it, tangent. So
You went off on a tangent,
folks.
No.
These words have been used
way.
in a sentence.
No way.
our good buddy Chris, the Long Box Punk, you can also check out his video reviews. Thank you so much for showing up as well. I know we've got you queued up, I believe, later.
Coming. Yep. He's coming.
Good. But yeah, like, what do you think about that? How toy leaks affect? I mean, one, releasing figures way too early is one thing I don't like.
Yeah.
Like, oh hey, Sonic 3 is coming out this week. Why
Yeah.
do I have Sonic 3 toys in October? Like, I get getting everybody ready. Release another freaking trailer.
Yeah. I don't know, because
Yep,
the only
Craven
new,
on Craven.
the only new thing was Shadow, right? In that, at least toy wise, that I saw being released early. And I mean, we kind of know what Shadow's going to look like anyway.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we didn't get like, I don't know how we could get a spoiler, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, what Lego set this year? Because I know there was a Lego Marvel set that completely, crapped on everything. Was it the new one, Brave New World? We knew about Red.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Was it Red? I think X-Men 97's Magneto figure. That's what it was. How he was going to be the Magneto on trial.
Yeah.
You can find that episode review on Nerd Initiative's turn page.
I don't know why this is like we're circling back to our stuff, but you know what? We're just grateful for all the stuff we've done this past year, and we're just gonna keep sharing it.
We've got so much cool content. It's hard not to remember something like, oh yeah, that was cool. I remember we did that. It's tough. Sorry.
And you know what? Kat has it absolutely right. Oh, we
sorry.
both pushed it.
Yeah. Go
That's
ahead.
okay. Okay, you get it.
Okay.
Kat is absolutely right. I did the same thing for a while. Like when we got press releases for stuff, and then we'd talk about, and then we'd like, oh my God, we're so happy. And then the figure would come out, and oh my God, I'm so pissed.
It's the I don't know. It's like the devil we live with. It's one of those things people are always trying to get ahead of the game in news, and especially with social media like it is.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got to be
It's
first.
instant
You have to
gratification.
be first. So any little morsel someone can get, they're going to leverage it as much as they can. I don't know. If they can get a hold of an image or whatever it may be, a set photo, it's coming at you. They're not going to there's no journalistic integrity, so to speak. So
With the exception of those of us here at Nerd Initiative, because trust
right.
me, we knows what matters, and that's you. All right. So, speaking of talking about more toys, let's talk about the Play4Keeps bullpen. We're taking over for a second. Sorry, folks. So up next, we got our buddy Juan, who happens to read comics.
Really?
Take it away, Juan.
Reads Comics here, and Mickey and Tom want to know what I want for Christmas this year. And for Christmas, if I could get anything besides comic books, it would be action figures. Because in 2024, I got really big into action figures.
There's
but
a
there's
grievance
one
coming up
action
here.
figure from my
What's up?
There's a grievance coming up here for you.
Oh,
Come on, roll the film.
warning!
childhood that I still do not have on my shelf, and that has to be a Transformer. I gotta have friggin' Optimus Prime on my shelf. And I just saw one at the Big Bad Toy Store go on pre-order, and I really want it. So that's the one I want. There you go. Alrighty, folks. Happy holidays, and read your comics.
Thanks, Juan.
And then up next, we're going to be talking to Chris, our friend, the Long Box Punk. But
You can never
Where's
have
the
too many
grievance?
Optimus Prime Transformers.
I was going to say, there's no grievance there.
I thought
mean,
I had brought it up my shelf back there one time, and you were just kind of like, yeah, okay.
Look,
There are too many Optimus Primes. I'll say it. Like, and I'm a fan.
there's too
I
many
collect
Optimus
them,
Primes.
but there's always
there's-
another Optimus Prime every time I look.
Exactly. And it's not that it's a bad thing. Sometimes oversaturation in the market really desensitizes us to certain things.
Right.
That's a better way of putting it. One big thing, and let's talk Transformers for a second, besides boopable noses. That's me.
It's a me.
Eventually, settle down. Okay. One thing is that there's always just like Power Rangers, just like those long-standing franchises, there's going to be that one introductory figure to somebody that is their be-all, end-all.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, Optimus is so hard because how do you feel as a fan? It's like, oh my God, I love the 1984 Optimus, flat face truck, and now we've got Michael Bay, which happens to be like my youngest nephew's, Optimus versus so on and so forth. There's got to be a happy medium somewhere.
There's a lot of Transformers and a lot of iterations of Transformers too, so yeah, I get it. Sometimes I have way too many of the same. I love G1 Optimus, so I've got plenty of convoys and stuff like that. So I get it. And sometimes I'm like, I don't need another one. I don't need it. Like, I have to talk myself out of it. Like, it's the same truck, Mickey. You don't need it.
Yeah, you do. Well, what's funny is that a lot of folks who know me, I was a big, huge Skylander collector. All 7 years, I have over 300 some odd figures, and I am ready to do an episode of Play for Keeps by myself. I don't even need this guy. Okay, but we came up with a rule. So those of you guys who did play, every year you always had re-releases or refigures. That the chip inside might have given the character a new weapon by the end of it.
Okay.
They weren't backwards compatible, but the old figures you could use on the newer games. So if you had a Series 1 Spyro, you couldn't put it back in Spyro's Adventure. Okay? But if you had a Series 1 Spyro, you could take it up to Skylanders 2 and 3 and 4, which is awesome because you got to keep the continuity. Yeah. But at the same time, you were so OP by the time you got to the second game because you've maxed out Spyro.
Right.
So they kept moving the level cap every game, and that was fun. But going on, so a lot of the figures have had re-releases or new molds, Series 2, Series 3. I don't know if we necessarily got any Series 4 figures. You kind of did with Superchargers, but our house rule was only new characters.
Yeah.
Right? So we never got a repeat. And then out of the new characters, if there was a readily available variant, you got that one.
Okay.
So if, say, oh man, I should have had them ready. I actually have Holiday Skylanders.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So in like Skylanders 4, there was a character named Bumble Blast, who had a bee bazooka. There was a holiday version of him. There's one very, 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 very employee exclusive figure that I'm not even going to tell you how much it is, but it was a holiday variant given out to the team. So that was our way to try to save. So yeah, I still have over 300 figures.
Well, that's going back to like specific era toys, Skylanders, Lego Dimensions, Disney Infinity. That was an era right there where those things belong to that you don't see anymore.
Toys to life. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a big thing. And we can absolutely do an episode on that. So let us know in the comments below. Cause I mean, I have people I can call for that one. Like I got them in the Rolodex.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
I might work as producer for that episode.
Oh yeah, you can just sit back. Honest to God, if we can just put you in a little screen up here, right? And like you can just sit there smoking something.
Legal.
Bud Light in hand. Yeah. He's just gonna hang out. Oh wait, it's Christmas. Mulled wine in hand.
There you go.
He can just go. This is all we need to see him do.
Yeah.
It would be fun. But speaking of something fun, let's talk about one of our newest members here in the bullpen, Chris, the Long Box Punk, right? Mm-hmm. He's just joined us in the last few months. So what does he want for Christmas? Take it away, Chris.
Well, hey, I'm Chris, the Longbox Punk, and I wanted to share with you what I have asked for from Santa this year.
Well, I think one thing that Lauren is going to ask for is that complete background right there.
Yeah, I see the Wolverines on the wall.
Here for Christmas, because I promise I've been a good boy, Santa. This statue right here is beautiful. It is from Sideshow Collectibles. It's my girl Laura Kenny X23, all new Wolverine. It is a premium format figure. It's like 21 inches tall. It is just an incredible. She's taken down some of the Danger Room bots. It is massive. It is available for pre-order right now. And if, Santa wanted to bestow upon me this as a stocking stuffer, I think I'm going to need a bigger stocking. It's gigantic. It is beautiful. And I love it.
There you go.
Anyway, that's what I'm asking for Santa this year for the Longbox Punk.
I love that Chris went big.
You think?
I guess Juan kind of did, but I like that. That was like, if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go.
Seriously, Sideshow Collectibles. Okay, so I have a little gripe about that figure. It is stunning. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. I love the paint. Look, Sideshow does great stuff. All right.
By the way, Sideshow, make sure to get in touch with us. We'll happily do reviews.
Yes, yeah.
Right. But I think they made one mistake with that figure.
Okay, what we got?
Okay. She doesn't have, if you notice, she was leaning more on her left foot and her back foot was kind of pushing off.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I would have liked to maybe see the foot claw out of that one.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Okay.
I always forget that she has those.
Yep. And you know what? We'll have to get some input from Megan over Vigilante Vibes, being the Marvel mistress that she is. It's interesting when you look at Logan's children, how their claws have developed differently.
Yeah, right? Because Dakin, I don't know how you pronounce it.
There you go. You got it. I was waiting for it.
Yeah. Well, he's got the 2 and the 1 that comes out the wrist, right?
Yeah, he's got more like a whole claw machine
yeah.
encapsulates his forearm.
Yeah. That's interesting. Different mutations taking on different things. Yeah.
Yep. Now, comic book figures. We got a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Obviously Ken lucked out and got the... See? This is why I do what I do.
He gets it.
Comic book figures. What is a figure from the comics that you wish they would make this year? Or just in general?
You put me on the spot here.
That's what that's why we're doing this. Ladies and gentlemen, just so everybody knows, Mickey and I are totally ad-libbing this. We had a very loose format. And when I say loose format, I'm talking about the crushed up chips in the bottom of the bag loose format.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? That's
old school, new school. What figure would you absolutely love? Let's put it this way. What character that you love would you like as a figure? What character do you think would make a great figure? And what character don't you want? And I want to hear everybody shout out in the comments.
What character do I want first, right?
Yep. That you have a personal attachment to.
Oh, a personal attachment to? That's a little different.
Yep.
That's a little different. Because I was going to say the new Conquest 2099 universe is out right now. I would really love to have that Nova Wolverine as a action figure. Personal attachment to, though, man, I've got so many Spider-Man action figures and Wolverine figures. That's kind of where I usually sit on those. And I'm still waiting on my Archangel from Diamond Select. It's supposed to have been delivered months ago, but whatever. I don't know. I can't think of one.
Megan, I know where I can get all those figures you're talking about. I got you.
Yeah, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Spider-Gwen. Yeah, we can hook you up.
They made them.
I've got Spider-Gwen back there somewhere.
Have they made a Gwenom figure yet?
Yes. Okay. There was a Venom line. There's two Venom lines came out last year, and she was one of them. Yeah.
Okay. I think I would like that.
Dude, Shadow
So for
Man?
me, for personal attachment, I would love to get and we've kind of got something close to it, but it's more of a statue. I would love to get Green Lantern, the animated series style, in like that McFarlane series of the Green Lantern animated series figures, but done in that Bruce Timmverse style.
That would be cool.
You know, maybe Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, get some plushies from them.
That would be fantastic. Actually. That's a great idea.
I think Ken would put them, you know, right on his couch. You know, oh look, it's a cute little bear. Oh my God, it's dead.
Okay. Well, what was the other question? What was the second question?
So, what character from comic books that you would absolutely think would make a great figure? What character that you don't really necessarily follow or whatnot would make a great figure? I got one, and I don't know why it popped right in my head. And I know he's recently come back in Marvel, Nighthawk. Could you see Nighthawk with that nice stealthy vibe? Even maybe make him a Hasbro Pulse, premium figure with some pearl in the paint.
That would be pretty cool.
Again, Megan, I know where to get that. McFarlane's got that.
Yeah.
See, she's a Marvel girl, so she doesn't know where all the DC stuff comes from.
You know what? I don't think I've ever seen a really cool like Night Watcher figure.
Okay.
You know? Whether it be the current run right now, or by Juniba, or like one of the others from the past.
I know right now Ken put this in the thing. Now, I don't know if he did this just to get to me or if he did it just because we need one. But I'm going to say it's 6 one, half dozen the other. I have said that I really hope that with the whole everything that's going on right now in the Energon universe, we start seeing Energon universe style G.I. Joe figures come out from Hasbro. In particularly Risk, Duke, Scarlet, that look very close to their comic book counterparts in the new line.
That would be cool.
Nothing wrong with the Classified series. I absolutely love the Classified series. If we got to make a sub line of the Classified series, I will find more shelf space because I am loving everything out of the Energon universe.
Same.
You know,
I like the Void Rivals comment too by Ken. I like that one.
Yeah. And if we get Risk from G.I. Joe, sure, why not? Give me the whole team. You know?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Now, what's a character in the comics you absolutely don't want? And yes, we're running long tonight, and I don't care. Freaking Christmas.
Yeah,
kids are home. Shut up.
Party.
Don't
want at all.
At all, or a character like that was so obscure or odd, because you know, like how Marvel Legends always have to fill out a Build-A-Fig and like throw in somebody weird that has nothing to do with it.
We can go back and air some grievance on that about this. There's been quite a few of those characters this year that I was like, why do we need that? There was a whole line actually of like, what was the guy whose head's just an eyeball? He was like, he's got like an Evel Knievel suit on. I can't remember his name. It had like Egghead in there and they had Crossfire, and I was like, okay.
Oh, that was another pickup this week. I don't think I had it in here. I actually did go to Ollie's and I grabbed a the Marvels Kamala Khan Miss Marvel just so I could have a Flurkin. Just so I could have a Flurkin. Ooh,
smart.
Ken has one. He does not want brute force.
Brute force.
Wow. I can totally see that. Oh, that's a good one. Wow. Yeah, I think that's a fun little lineup and unlineup.
Yeah.
You know?
Blank Mary Kill.
Yeah, pretty much.
But for action figures.
Of action figures. Oh, we should do that sometime.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You know? We could just do a short for that.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks, we're using this also as a brainstorm session.
Welcome. This is what we do.
Yeah, come on. Big hugs. All right, big hugs. Yeah.
Uh,
Ooh, yeah. Right there.
ah,
Ah. All right.
woo.
So, how we were able to do this, I have no idea. The most elusive man in comic books did take a second to chat with us or send in a video.
Yes.
The only founder of Nerd Initiative, Michael Rothman, has taken the time to send in a video for the holidays. So, all right, let us talk, or hear, I should say,
Yeah.
from the boss as soon as I get it re-queued back up, because, yeah.
Oh,
All
you
right.
know, because that's how it is.
Technical difficulties.
That's how it is
right?
tonight. We're learning.
Yeah, it's
Some new
hey
things.
man, we're trying. Like, this is why it's a sideshow, just not the collective. All right,
Yeah.
and you know what? I'm popping off screen because I think the boss needs to take this all himself.
Oh, I gotta get out of here too.
Yep,
The team here at Nerd Initiative,
but we can still talk shit behind his back.
I just want to say happy holidays to you and yours. And 2024 has been a year of growth and movement and a lot of changes. And the team is something that I'm proud of each and every day. And that represents 2024. From Ken to Derek to Janelle, Megan, Maddie, Marty, Tom, it goes on and on and on. The work that they do in each day is second to none. And so that's what I'm grateful for. I'm also grateful for you, the viewer, the engager, the commenter. You guys are what makes this what it is and something we never saw it becoming. And now I can't wait for 2025 because we have a lot of stuff in store for you. And thank you very much.
And that was the boss.
I'm with you, Chris. That Doom, though, I was looking at it the whole time. I was like, what a beautiful backdrop.
But yeah, LFG, Michael. You know, I had the pleasure. Okay, so you want to hear a funny Michael story?
Yeah.
So you were with Nerd Initiative before Ken and I were, if I remember correctly. If I'm doing the math right.
Yeah.
The first time ever meeting the GFO.
Yeah.
And I know Ken says the GEO. I like GFO because I said, Michael and I are going on about it. That needs to get released on social. It will. Yes, dear.
I think that whole thing. I think we'll do the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can clean it up and put it out, boss. See, look, he's still editing us as live. Live, I tell you. The first time ever meeting Michael in person was when he was completely dolled up at New York Comic Con as the Joker. Like, hi, how are you? I make your content. By the way, it's in your face.
That was the first time I met you, too.
I'm sorry. But since then, we worked last year's Comic Con, and I can honestly say Michael is a wonderful human to work with. Sorry, I'm old. My back hurts. my bamboo pillow's not doing its job tonight.
But yeah, as we were talking about Michael, you know, when they started this thing, I was kind of just a spectator, but was fascinated by what they were doing. And luckily they reached out to me because I was like yay close to saying, hey, what are you guys doing? I'm interested. And
Can I play in your sandbox?
I'm talking like when I had that thought, it was like an hour later, be like, hey, we need to talk to you for a second. Like, oh, wow. Okay. So like I told them, I was like, it was just meant to be, I guess. So talking to them, getting to know Michael, it was like just the biggest pleasure. I hadn't met very few people that nice in person. And yeah, I can't say enough nice things about him. He's always doing cool stuff for people. He's always given us all of his support, morally, physically, spiritually, mentally, all of it. And he's always been there for me. He's always been there for everyone. I can't think of anybody better to work with.
I have to completely agree. 2 years ago when I met him, like I said, at New York was one thing. Because Ken and I had just recently come on. Ken was a little more senior than me as far as, how long he'd been there. And there were other things going on in the background with me, which we'll leave it at that. And so I was extremely pensive, diving into the Nerd Initiative bullpen. But since then, I'm grateful for the complete team, and Michael and I had a great time to sit down and chit chat and shared experiences and so on this past year at New York. Yeah, dude's just a beast, with what he does, and so is everybody else.
And he's really humble to like be as connected as he is. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen like a lot of his interviews that he did when he was with ABC. It's all like Oprah, John Boyega, like everybody, people that weren't stars then that are huge stars now. Like he has all these, every time we're talking.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, dude. And that speaks to who he is though, because he has all these really positive connections with people. And he's a good person. And usually I don't see him work with people that aren't good people. Like anybody he's introduced me to has been super awesome too. So yeah, it's crazy how humble he is sometimes. Like, oh, I'm just a guy. Like, dude, you're more than just a guy.
It's funny. We say here at Nerd Initiative that we are the home of pop culture positivity. That goes to say that Michael is the cornerstone of that home.
Yeah, exactly. He embodies that. It's what he brought on for all of us.
It's the truth. Now, just so you know, Hopsky all night has been Lauren, not Matt. They share their roles.
Yes. So yeah, it's cool to see all these nice things in the comments.
Oh yeah, it's great, and I think because of Michael, because of the way he manages things and the way that the whole ladder goes, it all works out. It's trickle down. There's no there's no there's a sense of urgency to get stuff done.
Hey, attitude reflects leadership, and that's kind of how this all works.
What are you saying about my attitude? Look, just because we wanted to try something different tonight, Mickey. All right, seriously, we figured it out. We got it done.
Put the poll back up.
Now there will be the airing of grievances. But as far as working with everybody here and the experiences, and I'm going off for a second. There's no grievances to say. Nerd Initiative is a wonderful place and home, not only for us creators, creatives, createes, but I think that I personally, since I've been doing this Monday night thing, even back when it was TV Talk, and of which I am super happy to have you on doing this now. Eventually we'll do a TV Talk. I don't care. I'm happy with that. There hasn't been really a bad experience. Aside from that nasty cold I got when I was trying to go to a convention and make content like, which made me absolutely cuckoo. If you know, you know. That was the roughest thing I've done for Nerd Initiative so far. Switching over from doing written articles to video reviews has been fun to, work on this camera work,
Right.
But I am grateful that Ken and I are still doing reviews on G.I. Joe.
That we need figures for.
Because it's a whole different thought process for me. And it really is to do a 1-minute video versus to try and write a 3-minute article and to eloquate like a human being. You have no idea how much for someone like me that means the world to be able to stretch my mental capacity.
I know. You're not to go off the rails here, but you're going from writing for SEO, like you're trying to make something everything has to be very concise and very short, whereas you just kind of want to talk, man. These are my feelings. I want to get my feelings out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I feel you.
You know, there's so many great things over here at Nerd Initiative. So many amazing content creators. So many great people in our community itself. And just like Michael said, just to, you know, reiterate, we're thankful for all of you, you know, and we cannot wait to see what happens in 2025, right?
Big things.
We already know a few of us are going to this con and that con and so on and so forth, you know, of which we'll talk about down the road. We've got interviews lined up. We've got TV reviews, toy reviews, movie reviews, comic reviews, reviews of reviews. Heck, I'll call myself out.
And one more thing, because of all these really nice comments that we've got scrolling here beside us, all of them too, right? Like, you guys put in a lot of work that you don't have to. And I've seen you all grow and learn new things. That's really amazing. I talked to Mike about this recently. Like, I just can't believe the evolution we've seen in people coming in new and just growing and flowering and like spreading their roots, so to speak. It's good stuff, man. It's so awesome. I'm happy and very appreciative of everyone that puts in their personal time to do this, that care about this as much as I do, you do, whoever does. Yeah, man, I just wanted to say that to everyone that's commenting nice things. No, thank you for helping us. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for being one of us, a team. Can't do it without you.
Till all are one.
Till all are one.
You know, and it's funny. You're absolutely right. Like, coming into this, one of the funny things is, if people know, is the whole off the cuff idea for me was because I didn't know how to do short format videos. I didn't know how to make my own thumbnails. You know, I've grown so much. Yeah. Just as far as back end stuff, back of house stuff, how to do this, how to do that. But do I still keep a bubble of people that I can rely on? That's the key thing about Nerd Initiative.
Yes.
You know, if I need a guy to make an awesome TV talk intro, who do I talk to? You know,
I'm happy to do that stuff too, because I like seeing people use it and grow from it. So it's cool.
But yeah, I think my stocketh runneth over.
Correct.
You know, now 2024 isn't over yet, folks. All right, coming up next week, we're not going to be here because that's right. As our editor-in-chief Ken says, we have the Cheersies.
Woohoo!
Mickey has been working hard doing our videos for it, again, because that is, you know, he's our linchpin when it comes to that kind of stuff. Let me tell you. You know, he's going to stay humble about it, but trust me. Yeah, it's the truth. It's what it is. I can say this is the most I'm going to say as far as a spoiler goes, and I just said that, and I could feel Ken's eyebrows go, huh? Do not miss the Cheersies next. Hold on, I'm going to zoom in. Sorry, Mickey.
Go ahead.
Do not miss the Cheersies next week. Okay, I was there when all the voting was done. Wow, are we in for a show? You are in for a great time with a bunch of amazing creators from all across the comic book industry, and wait till you see who wins, and Cheersies to them. All right, Ken, breathe. I didn't say who won what.
No spoilers.
I know who won what. No spoilers. But it's
you have to watch to find out.
You have to watch next week.
This time
8 o'clock.
next week.
Yep. I'll still be here at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
But I'll be at the ODPH studio with the Cheersies. Aside from that, we want everybody, all of our followers, subscribers, lurkers, whatever. Okay? If you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. Yeah, you can feel Ken's heart rate rising for a second. I can feel it, and I'm like 20 miles away. See, no spoilers. I did it. No spoilers. You know, it's the truth. But make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure you're following along. We want that interaction. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
Nope.
Okay? Now, I've spieled. I've gone off. Mickey, close it out.
You want me to close it out? All right. So,
Yeah.
look, as he said, next week, Monday night, Cheersies. Basically, the tap crew's taking over for us. So it won't be on a Tuesday like it normally would be. It'll be on Monday. And then don't forget, this Wednesday, Christmas Day, we're going to have new comic book reviews. And then New Year's Day the following week. We're not going out and we're not taking any days off. Come get it. Wrestling Night Live on Thursday nights, right? And then, check out our toy reviews. Check out our awesome, TV streaming show breakdowns, movie reviews. They're written, they're video format, whatever is easier for you. Yeah. Because we're just sharing the love. That's all we're really doing. We're sharing our love, sharing our passion for these things that hopefully you share with us. Okay. So I hope you all have a wonderful holiday. I hope you get everything you want for Christmas, everything you want in your stocking, everything you want under the tree, and maybe something you didn't know you did want, right? So, yeah.
Is that your review is going to lead off on Christmas Day?
Yeah, me and Kat are leading review.
Wow. See, did you know that was coming for Christmas?
I found out today, yes.
See, how about that? So, folks, on behalf of the whole Nerd Initiative crew, on behalf of everybody here, we want to wish you a very happy and healthy holiday season. A prosperous, successful, and joyful new year.
Yes.
We'll see you back here on Monday night next week for the Cheersies.
Mm-hmm.
Be kind to yourself.
And don't just play for fun. Play for keeps.
I'm out. Ho, ho, ho.